Hi, Eric Lanask here in San Jose, California. We are at WebRTC Expo, our 5th edition. Talking with me today is Rick McFarland from Voice4net. Rick, thanks for joining me. Good to see you again.
You too, Eric. Good to be here.
Let's start talking, the contact center, CRM industries, customer service vertical really has been one of the most often mentioned as far as sort of the obvious places for WebRTC implementations to start. What has Voice4net been doing as far as taking the lead in driving WebRTC in the space?
Well, as you know, Voice4net has been around for 18 years now, and we've been focusing on custom applications within the contact center. So what RTC has done for us is allow us to deploy those things in a much more robust and easy manner. In the past, we've always had to have downloadable clients and special software, and now we can develop very robust web applications but still tie them into the back-end legacy pieces. So that's really what we're focusing on right now is how do I take legacy platforms and RTCify them?
So a lot of this stuff was really envisioned as sort of extending collaboration tools. What is Voice4net doing in terms of extending some of those capabilities to make them applicable to your customers?
Yeah, and at the show here, there's lots of great collaboration tools and collaboration platforms that you can build your own platforms as well. And certainly, we're taking advantage of what the WebRTC collaboration functionality gives us. But we're going just a little bit deeper into the business application side and the database backend side. Part of WebRTC is voice over the browser, video over the browser, and then there's a cute little data socket in there too that you can do a lot of cute things with. And that's really where we're focusing on and building gateways and infrastructure around that. So again, a normal web developer can develop robust applications using HTML5 constructs without having to worry about everything that's going on in the back end, whether it's telecommunication, whether it's collaboration, whether it's database integration, or some other kind of custom application.
Tell me about your WebRTC client.
The WebRTC client is the thing that we've announced for this show, and its primary focus is really as a soft phone device and a call control device for legacy platforms. Now, it also runs on our hosted PBX and our CCHD platform as well, but we wanted to separate it out and make it available to some of the other manufacturers, and because we do everything through the dealer channel, as you know, so we're making it available to the channel so that they can go out and sell a really robust client that front ends to the legacy systems that they're currently supporting.
As far as some of those other legacy systems, how do you handle integration? How do you simplify integration, I guess, really is the question. And how does it all become easier and again, simplified for both the reseller as well as the end user?
And that's what was really exciting for us because we already had a SIP platform that was already integrated and certified on a lot of the major platforms. So what we did is we took that SIP platform and put an RTC front end on top of that and used all of the RTC features and constructs on top of that. So certification and integration with the legacy platforms was really rather easy for us once that gateway was built. Once the gateway between the systems that was already doing all of our SIP platforms had RTC talking to it, it was just a matter of plugging in and going for it on the back end.
It seems to me that where we're kind of at now is the market wants to see what people are doing with WebRTC. We've heard a lot about what can be done and seen a lot of sort of the behind-the-scenes work. What are you seeing as far as actual use cases? What are people doing with WebRTC?
Well, as you've seen with a lot of the demos out here, which are great, there's still a lot of collaboration, there's a lot of industry things, there's a lot of consumer-type facing things. The acceptance of those is a little bit not as strong, really, because it still relies a lot on Chrome browser and Firefox browser. IE and Safari are still coming along. So really what we decided to do is focus more on the back-end enterprise side. As opposed to the cloud or the consumer space. Now, of course, the stuff will run in the cloud just fine, but it'll also run on a private area network or a private cloud, which is becoming very popular today from a security perspective. So they can install one of our gateways, tie it into their telecommunications infrastructure, and again, take their normal web developers off the street and allow them to build very sophisticated and robust telecommunications applications without having to understand what's going on underneath. They don't have to understand all the idiosyncrasies of the PBX code. They can just say, I want to dial something when somebody presses this button, or when this call comes in, I want to do something. And that's what we're allowing them to focus on.
Do you think that, say, within a 5 to 10 year time frame, WebRTC is really going to be ubiquitous, and we're not going to be talking about who's using it and who's not?
I really believe that. And that's why we've, bet the farm on the thing, really. I mean, we already have a lot of SIP implementation, and now that we've got WebRTC running on top of that, we can really take that anywhere. We can take it to a platform. We can take it to a cloud. We can private label it to an enterprise and allow them to build their own infrastructure. And the consumer and or customer base, whether it's business to business or whatever, will not notice. And really, that's the way it's supposed to be. They shouldn't have to care. When I open up my browser, I want to do what I need to do. And that's what this platform allows them to create.
Excellent. Rick, thanks as always for joining us. Thanks for being at the show.
Yeah, thank you, Eric. Appreciate it. Good to see you.